3, 4. I haven't been live in a few days. I was being attacked by the powers that be, Satan and his powers of darkness. And he works through people too. Population control. They trying to shut me down, y'all. They trying to shut anybody that's telling the truth. They're gonna try to shut you down. They got something called CERN. You can look it up. C period C dot E dot R dot N, right? Something called CERN. Now, the first thing I need y'all to know while we go into this, I'm gonna keep sharing the live, is you gotta go in your inner man. If you too scared to go into your inner self and say, man, this don't sit right with my inner being, right? First off, if you don't agree with this ain't the live for you. Fuck the Holy Spirit. Fuck that imaginary Jesus ship that they came up with. And fuck that God that they came up with. Now, if you can't hold water with that, this ain't the live for you. I want to take the fear out of the children, out of all of us, right? Chasing away all the brothers and sisters, right? I want to take that fear out of them. And we gotta give everybody a chance to get on here. So I'm just going to share the live. I've been off here for a few days. I love y'all by the grace of Elohim, right? Not Elohim. I'm going to show y'all there's a difference, right? There's a difference here, right? I'm not just coming off the top of my head with this. I do my homework, y'all. I do my homework. You said, what you was doing all day, brother? I was going around my neighborhood, picking up trash off the ground and putting it in the trash bag and throwing it in the dumpster around my neighborhood. That's what I was doing. Because if you following the way, you're supposed to be producing fruits of following the way, right? I didn't say I'm going to make it to heaven, y'all. I said, I hope I'm going to make it to heaven. I didn't say I'm saved, y'all. I said, I hope I'm saved, right? So I'm getting on here. We're going to be on here for a while. Thanks for liking the live. I really appreciate that. That shows me that there's another soldier in this live, that there's another person that knows that their inner person is saying, wait a minute, man. The status quo told us what to believe, what not to believe. And then they tell us if we add or take away from the Bible, that they're going to add and take away from our plagues. How about how the Catholic Church is always adding and taking away from the Bible? They always adding. See, I give an offering to the true. And guess what? His name is unspeakable, unfathomable, unsayable, unknowable. There's no way to know the name. Look at Judges 13:18, y'all. He told Manoah, he said, why do you ask my name when it is beyond comprehension, right? How many of y'all go out to y'all community and grab a trash bag tomorrow, pick up and go around your neighborhood, get some gloves, right? I got my gloves here. Get some gloves and get a big trash bag and go around your neighborhood and start picking up trash. How about that? Show them who we are. Show them that we're different, right? What makes us so different from all the other beliefs, right? What is the core of our belief system? The core is our inner man, right, is so on fire because it says that the unsayable name is a consuming fire that we want to set the example. Stop listening to their teachings talking about hide what you're doing, the good things you're doing. No, set the example. Let people see. It said another verse that says, "Let your light shine." Listen, y'all. They watching now. I can hear it in the bass. What they do is they'll put frequencies. If I say too much, they'll put like a zap, since they control it, and then they'll zap me. One time I got zapped through some type of frequency they can do through this phone. They can do stuff through the phone, y'all, and they trying to do it now. I turned my Wi-Fi off so people can see. Let me finish cheering this. Where we go back, man? I was to Bob Marley. Where we go back when we go, man? We go back to the desert, right? We go back to the land, man. Back to the sea. Back to the earth, man. Where we came. What? But you tearing the earth up, right? And the earth gonna tear you up, right? It says if you what? It says if you destroy my temple, I will destroy you, your body, man. I'm not talking about no physical dirt. The dirt is what it says, from dust you came, and to dust you came. Who said that? Judas said that. I can't say his name because they'll get me for hate. Y'all know that's a code word. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Judas God said that. The Judas God is now I use God when I'm talking about him. Spirits, wine and spirits, holiday spirits, holy spirits. I looked it up. It all comes from paganism, right? It's called the Ra'uk Kadesh, right? And here's another thing that's going to lose some of y'all, because we want to separate the wheat from the chaff. I'm going to tell you another thing. If they have the body, and I'm putting this on YouTube if y'all missed something. Let me take this gum off, because I want this to be crystal clear. If they have the body, right, of Peter in a Roman Catholic church, right, where do you think the body of YEHOSHUA was? Don't let me lose you. Stick around for a minute. How can the unsayable name YEHOSHUA, right? That's the name we got. YEHOSHUA, and we got Elohim. Get interactions, insights, turn viewers into followers. I'm not trying to turn nobody. That's up to them if they want to follow or not. It's TikTok telling me to get interaction. Let me share this live some more, y'all. Give me 1 second. Somebody want to come up and say a prayer that's a follower of the way? If you're not, please don't come up and start. You can't. We covered. No matter what somebody come, if they coming up in the name of all they know, if all they know is the name the good ship Jesus, that's the slavery boat they brought us on. If that's all you know is the good ship Jesus, then that's all you know. But that's not right. That's incorrect. Why would he name it? Why would his name be the same name as the KKK worship, right? Oh, they're gonna get me for hate speech for that. Watch, it's gonna be a flag coming up, right? I had to get on here, y'all, because for 72 hours I was in a mental hospital, and they tried to unalive me in there. They gave me. I was already on medication. And I can't make this up. And I'm gonna show y'all. Let me show you myself what happened, and then we're gonna get back into this. I love y'all. I love y'all who are here. I was walking through the mental hospital, and I was like this, boom, busting my head, trying to walk. I couldn't, boom, I couldn't walk straight, boom, right? Because, why did they do that? Because I told them, I said, he who is in me is greater than the world. I said, I am. I said, I am. And anytime you say that you are, you better watch it. How you are. Because if you have the Ra'uk Kadesh of the unsayable name in you, you are a representation. Yeshua tried to tell us. He said, did I not say in your law that ye are else, but will die like mortals? Psalms 82:6. And let me get the camera off myself, because it ain't about me. It's about us correcting this misinterpretation, right? Now, if something don't feel right, it ain't right. Does this sound right to y'all? A woman, y'all know this don't sit right with y'all. A woman, all right, we got laws, right? We got the law of distance, right? On a ruler, it's 12 inches in a ruler, right? Where's the ball at? No diddy. I can't say the other word because they'll get me. Anything we say that's against what they promoting, they call it a lie. Now y'all see this ball? That ball, that's the law of motion. It will stay on its lane of motion unless it's diverted from its path, right? We're going to start using this in our life. All right. You got the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. That law has never been refuted. Everything that goes up eventually has to come down, even airplanes, because they run out of fuel, right? What about the law of reproduction? It takes a sperm to fertilize an egg in order for there to be a pregnancy. They said it's a rare possibility, very, very minute, that a woman, physical woman, can have babies. But who can have a baby without a man involved? A serpent, y'all. Google it. Let's Google it. A serpent can have self-reproduces. Let's get this. Look at this. 2,000 years, they still throwing this salt on this on a child, the literal child of the unsayable names, Yehoshua. They throwing dirt. Look at this. I'm gonna show y'all the Carfax. Serpents, self. Hold up, my fault, y'all. I'm trying to find it here. I want y'all to see it with me so y'all can see I'm not nonsense about nothing. See, it's always, yo, everybody that's on here, repost the live. So the ones that's supposed to get it will get it. And the ones that ain't, they ain't going to get it. Look at this, y'all. The brand, whatever type of blind snake, is the only species that obligately reproduces by itself through parenthegenesis, meaning all female populations create clones of themselves without males, while rare facultative parenthegenesis occurs. This type of serpent right here, right, self-reproduces. Can serpents self-reproduce? Yes, snakes' cells can reproduce, enabling snakes to reproduce sexually and in cases asexually through parenthegenesis, virgin birth, female snakes. Look at that, virgin birth, female snake. Look at that, virgin births, female snake can produce embryos. So here we go. Snakes can reproduce. Why would the master, that's unfathomable to even try to put in a word or a container, and we do it every day, calling them God? What's God spelled backwards? Dog. That's why he says outsider dogs. I need y'all to go to the inner man. Forget all the stuff you've been taught. Forget all the lies. What does Steve Jobs says? Stop being trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise drown out your own inner voice, not even mine. If your inner voice ain't telling you this for you, then you better find what it is for you then. Because I'm trying to tell you here, this is my point I'm trying to make, y'all. YEHOSHUA, he's mentioned in the Bible, Melchizedek, right? That is YEHOSHUA. No father, no mother, no partners, no genealogy. Melchizedek is the representation of YEHOSHUA. Who was the first one unalived off the planet, y'all? Abel. Abel was the first lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. What verse is that? The lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. We're going straight Bible with it, y'all. The lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. Revelations 13:8. The lamb slain from the it says from the so it had to be slain from the foundation. Like slain off of the foundation. We know that we know from studying, we've been studying here, that anybody that's been studying with me, I've been studying for us, y'all. Finding which verses is real and which ones are not. Genesis 1:2, pagan. The 7 candles of menorah are your 7 birthdays, right? The 7 days of creation are your 7 birthdays. That's why they have a menorah. In the mist, anytime you see in the mist, that's talking about in the middle of the garden. One like the son of Adam. Daniel 10:5, right? These are verses that are talking about the true and living, right? Not the evil one. Let's go into it. Let's go into scripture, y'all. For y'all that's sticking around, let's go repost the live, please, y'all. We trying to save as many people as we can. Repost the live. If y'all believe, anybody that's on here believe in a Trinity or anything like that, this is not for you. We are followers of Hadedah. It's really not even no words we can say for what we follow, right? But the words we've been given is YEHOSHUA said, "I am Hadedah." He's John 14:6. The oldest scripts, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too, to back it up with Bible. The oldest scriptures, because all the scriptures were destroyed in the New Testament. The oldest scriptures, the most reliable book is the book of Mark, up to chapter 16, verses 8. What is the oldest New Testament that survived the destruction? Codex Sinaiticus dating. What is this? We want to know what it is. Small fragments of Matthew. Small fragments, y'all. The Adonai's prayer. The woman caught in adultery. In a reference to Luke 24:51. Let's go to Luke 24:51. Because we're gonna go straight through this, y'all. Luke 24, 51. What is it talking about? And see, I ain't saying that when I mentioned the master said to him, truly, truly, I say to you, from now on, you shall see the heaven open and the messengers. Oh, see, this is talking. See, this is something from the devil. Look, y'all, Elohim. That's the Judas God. Oh, see, even in the New Testament, the Judas God. This is not Yehoshua talking. This is the devil talking. Let's circle that. This is the Judas God. Listen, I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on, let me put the camera down. I'm gonna show y'all something. Y'all do your own homework. They made sure they kept the Judas God's stuff. The only verse in the Hebrew Bible that talks about, now y'all, we're getting something real here. I'm giving y'all some the only verse in the Hebrew, this is a Hebrew Bible. It's called the Scriptures, right? $10 on Etsy. I'm gonna buy another one. The only verse, I'm not paying for the Aramaic, it's too expensive. But you can look at the Aramaic Bible for free online. I haven't looked at it. I don't think it's trustworthy. Why I don't think it's trustworthy? Because it's changing the name of Yehoshua. This is how you spell his name. YEHOSHUA. The Root Kazash told me to give him a clean glass of water, brother. Not a dirty glass. Clean glass of water. So I'm going to say it like this. Some of y'all might leave from this, and I don't care. Fuck Jesus and his slave ship. Fuck the whole holiday spirit. And fuck their pagan Judas God, right? We got Yehoshua, right? We got Judges 13:18, which is, what does it say in Judges 13:18? Anybody that's been here should know. It says, Manoah asked, what is your name? He said, why do you ask my name when it is beyond comprehension? Right? It's even the Romans had it right. They said the unknown. And Paul had to go to the Greeks and tell them, no, now you do know who he is, right? So this is how you say. Let's go. Let me show you how you say his name. Y'all write this down, y'all. This is important. This is the only verse in the Hebrew Bible that says his proper name. I did my homework, y'all. I don't be just sitting here with my thumb up my nose. Say, oh, let me just freestyle some stuff. He said, I will write my law on the tablets of their heart. Let's look that up. I will write my law on the tablets of their heart. Jeremiah 31:33. Write that down. Jeremiah 31:30. Everything they taught us, y'all, we've been completely lied to since we were children. Accept this Jesus or go to hell. Accept it. They didn't give us no other books. They get the Muslims. Accept this or you're going to be drinking boiling water, right? The Judas, right? The Judas religion. Oh, no, we got the truth. The messenger didn't come yet. Yeshua didn't come yet, right? So we call them Judas. Now, when I say Judas, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. We have to talk in codes. It's only the faithful few. So what? If anybody wants to know where this is at, they can go to Lust. I don't care about who's on there. Your job is to repost it. Repost it live. And if you can help, we got our own charity, and I got to pay our due for this month because we slacking because people got it in their pocket and they say, oh man, I'm not helping that brother out with his organization. I'm not helping St. Jude's, right? I'm not helping St. Jude's children. I need my money for me. I'm doing me. I just want to hear what he got to say. stjudes.org. charitywater.org. We have 2 organizations that we're trying to help. So if anybody has their last 2 mites, give it. And it's going to this. It's going to a good cause. So lust is death. If y'all don't have it, I understand. I'm going to pay it forward. 999, right? Let me get something to drink here real quick, y'all. 1 second. Y'all should be outside when it's nice out, right? Get a broom and dustpan and start sweeping your neighborhood up. Grab a what you call it, and start grab a trash bag. I'm gonna put the live up that I did that, right? Because I'm trying to show y'all an example of what we're supposed to be doing. What is the unsayable name? He's 4 letters, y'all. Love. That's what the unsayable name is. Love. Don't YEHOSHUA say that love covers a multitude of sins? How can he not love you if you loving everybody? Not loving them like, oh, I'm so in love with you. Loving them like, yo, man, you need something to eat. Yo, you got somewhere to sleep tonight, bro? You can't stay. You can take a nap, and I'm gonna be awake watching you. And then I'm gonna wake you up and say, yo, it's time to go once the sunlight come up. I'll stay up all night to have a brother. And guess what? Put your shoes at the door, leave your jacket at the door, leave all that outside, because you're not, if you got, I can't, the Raul Kadesh is going to give me discernment to know if they got some bugs or something trying to tamper my apartment, and I got neighbors. So we ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that, right? You got to have discernment to know this is the most important thing you can have, to know if somebody's telling you the truth or not. So let's go to this verse. So Jeremiah 31:33, I will write my law on the tablets of their heart. Where's the other verse we got that's telling some truth, right? He who lives within you is greater than he who is in the world. 1 John 4:4, the Messianists, not Christians, we ain't Greek. The Messianists, 1 John 4:4. That's another verse. 1 John, 1 Yohanan. Start writing it like that, because in a parable we ain't speaking. It ain't for everybody. They're going to be like, what, Yohanan? What is that? Make them do their homework. 1 Yohanan 4:4. What is Jeremiah? We got Yashayahu. That's Isaiah. Yashayahu. That's how you say Isaiah. How do we say Jeremiah? One of the greatest prophets ever. Yirmiyahu. Yirmiyahu. So what? So how are we going to say it? We're going to keep it right here as the Y right there, because I already did it. Now see, y'all don't have to make in all capitals when you're talking about prophets. The only name should be in all caps is YEHOSHUA. Because you know how they lied to us? Remember, anybody who's familiar with the story when he gave his disciples, they were having the fish after the resuscitation, quote unquote, when he gave the followers the fish, that was the Passover. And they mixed it up. He said, that was Pesach. He said, why do I know this, y'all? Because he said what? I will write my law on the tablet of their hearts. Yirmiyahu 31:33, I will write my law. And it says, what other verse? He who is in you is greater than he who's in the world. And another verse, Lucas. Even though they tampered with the Bible, they couldn't tamper with our hearts. Lucas 17:21, the kingdom of heaven lives in some of us, right? What other verse? We already looked at he who lives in you is greater. What other verse we got here? We got, all right, I'll write my tablets on their heart. Luke 17, the kingdom of heaven lives in you. He was, all right. So then the verses. You got Judges 13:18. That describes the unsayable, right? But then I told y'all it's a word we can call him. Love. Where's that verse in the Bible? I don't even want to say that pagan name. I just got to Google it because it's the only thing they know. I'm going to show y'all something. Let's put this too. Hebrews 12:29. RL, that's another way you can say it. And y'all brothers and sisters on there probably already know about that, right? L is a short way, right, form. Because remember, YEHOSHUA on the cross, he was calling for somebody because that I, right? They even had him speaking French. Eloi. Why was he probably speaking French? Because he was in pain, cursing. Remember we said, yo, man, we speaking French. Eloi, Eloi, right? He's calling on it because what happened? The Raul Kadesh and Abba could not look on anybody hung on a tree. So during slavery, The Abba couldn't look on nobody hung on a tree. But who did see us hung on a tree? YEHOSHUA. He already foreknew it. That's why he said the only sign you will get is the sign of Jonah, right? I'm gonna put Ye like Kanye and whatever his name is. Jay-Z be calling himself Ye, right? What did Ye? No, let's put his full name. YEHOSHUA. What is his short name? What's the Galilean way to say it, brother? The Galilean way to say, not Jesus, but whatever they say, Jesus, right? Is Yeshua. Yeshu or Yeshua, right? His buddies, you know, but we weren't there, so we got to put some respect on his name, right? Put some, what did Birdman say? Put some respect on it, right? The dove that they use to symbolize the Ruach Kadesh is pagan. It has pagan origins. In love, right, descended on him when he came out of the baptized. When did he come out to baptize, y'all? They came up with their version of the New Testament, and so did YEHOSHUA. Right here in verse 2. And the earth came to, write this down, y'all. And the earth came, I'll put it on YouTube too. And lust is death 999. And the earth, right? The earth, right? You know what I mean? The desert, like clay, like the sands of the beach, right? Came to be formless. No, it had no form, it had no man, it had nothing. And empty. This is describing the aftermath of the L's anger, right? Because it says what? He's a consuming fire. Didn't we just look that up? Hebrews 12:29. It says our L is a consuming fire. Write it down. Hey, everybody repost the live, y'all. We trying to get this out to as many people. I'm gonna share it with my people Foursquare again. Somebody type 7 in the chat, please. I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna type it to Anna that just joined. I don't know if she's going Hannah Siegel. I'm gonna type 7 twice because they got their creation story, and then L got a creation story, right? That's different. The earth came to be formless and empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep. Where the Jonas was in the deep, weren't we in the deep in slavery, right? So this is symbolic of slavery. And this is also symbolic of the dark times that the Israelites had to go through. They were enslaved too, right? And I don't want to say that word, the holy cause, right? The holy cause. I'm gonna say that because he thought he was doing the Waymaker some type of favor by eradicating these people because he said they were responsible for the unaliving of YEHOSHUA. So he thought he was doing something right. But where he went wrong was trying to make a all blonde hair, blue eye faction, right? He was wrong all the way around because you can't take nobody's life. But it was already written that it was going to happen because all through the Bible, the Yehudim are hard, stiff-necked people. And look what I'm drinking, y'all. Sweet Reaper. When you listen to your inner man will guide you. Stop listening to the outer. No, I can't have no. I should have let them join, but it would have took up the whole screen. When your inner man, right? Y'all, if they want to get on, they can just get on the live. They can't be. They get on here and take your inner Adam, because man is a pagan word too. Your inner Adam, right? The second Adam. Didn't it say YEHOSHUA was the second Adam? Your inner second Adam, which is what? Ruah. Kodesh. Ruah. Don't that sound beautiful? Ruah. Kodesh. 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 Your inner Ruah. Kodesh. Or Rahu. Kodesh. Rahu. Kodesh. I like Rahu. 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 Kodesh. That's like the Arabic way of saying it, right? Now the slaves that brought over here, we spoke Arabic. So it would be a Rauk Kodesh. Ruach Kodesh. The Arabics and the Yahudim, right? The Yahudim were the ones that were enslaved by Pharaoh, right? The story of Moses sticking out his staff and cross is a lie. That's a complete lie. He didn't stick out no staff and that. But I'm gonna show y'all what happened. We about to go there. But let's finish this because I have to have order. It's time for me to take my medication too. So give me 1 second, y'all. I love y'all, the ones that stick around, because this is for y'all. It wasn't for everybody. But I need y'all to still repost alive. We're trying to get this out to as many people, right? And if it sit well with them, then it's for them. And if not, it ain't for them. Let them stay stuck in their delusion, right? What it say in 2 Corinthians 4:4? He keeps them in their delusion. And anything that I say wrong, the master will auto-correct it in the life. So we never said a prayer, so let's say it now. So be it. Go in your prayer closet. No, don't stop speaking. That's what he means when he says go in your prayer closet. Go inside yourself where your skeletons are at, right? That you're trying to hide. But you can't hide nothing from L. Let me take my medication, y'all, and put my hoodie on. So that everybody get that. What goes up must come down. If you roll something in a motion, that's the law of motion. It will stay in that motion unless it's diverted off the motion. So some of us are saying that love is a lawbreaker, saying that that a woman without being penetrated by a sperm can create a man. Come on, y'all, wake up. They've been selling us this lie since we was children, trying to blind our minds for thinking for ourselves. I'll go to the grave knowing that that's not the truth. Just because they wrote it down on a piece of paper is real. Just because they said, that's how we go. Oh, well, they said, and that makes it the truth. I just got back from the mental hospital. I haven't had a chance to clean up my apartment. I've been out sweeping up and cleaning up my neighborhood, picking up trash, right? Trying to show the example of what a follower of the way is supposed to do. They said that the Bible is written incomplete, so it's true, right? They say that the sky is blue, so it's true. The sky is not blue. If anybody ever been on an airplane, the only thing that makes it appear to be blue is the ocean's floor. They said. So let's finish going back to the baptism. So this is talking about the baptism. And the earth came to be, and it's also talking about Yehoshua's wrath, because I'm going to show y'all in Jeremiah 4, chapter 4, starting at verse 22. And the earth came to be formless and empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep. I don't know what this face is, but on the face of the deep, darkness on the face. Yes, Yehoshua's face was being baptized of the deep, and darkness was on the face of the deep. Yehoshua was being baptized. And this is a lie right here that we had to change up. This is a lie right here. Anytime you see Elohim, it's a lie. Let me show y'all. See, we can't even trust, but I'm trying to tell y'all how this would be symbolized Yehoshua's baptism. And Elohim said, let there be light. And Yeshua was brought up out of the baptism, right? Let's go to Daniel. Because they done switched it up so much, we don't know what to believe. So here we go. This is the only time in the Hebrew Bible that they mention the powerful, most powerful, and they still don't want to give his son no credit. Yes, Yehoshua. Yehoshua don't need no partners. He is Elohim by himself. No partners, no fathers, no Holy Ghosts, no nothing, all by yourself, no mother, no father. They talk about him when they say Melchizedek. The sovereign answered Daniel and said, truly, your Elah is the Elah of what? Elohim. See, they make it real small so you can't see it. Not Elohim, Elohim. The master of sovereigns and a revealer of secrets, since you were able to reveal this secret. Only if you got a pure heart will Elohim help you. This is Daniel chapter 2, verses 47. So what should we go into, y'all? Let's go back where we started. So this is the true way. Oh, I had a misprint on here. That O should be an A, not Elohim, Elohim. Because that's what it says in the good book. Elohim. So we know that Daniel 2, Daniel 2. I'll take my word for it. 47. You can screenshot that if y'all want. I'm gonna leave it there for a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should have gave all y'all enough time to and then you gotta hear it. Daniel 2:47, right? Listen, y'all, it's a war going on. This is who they want us to worship. I just ripped this up. I didn't realize it was on my wall. They want us to worship this and this. This is who they saying YEHOSHUA was, right? Pictures, right? When it clearly states in the 10 Commandments, even though the 10 Commandments might have been wrote by Elohim, right? Not Elohim, we still are required. That's why you see some unbelievers arguing with Christians saying, oh, we under grace. We don't have to follow the law. We under grace. You ain't under nothing. You ain't under nothing. Your sins are filthy rags. You should be trying to follow the way and still keep the commandment. He says not one tittle of the law. So listen, the most reliable book in the Gospels that we have is Mark, right? Let me show y'all. That's the only one that wasn't destroyed. I'm looking it up right now. Give me a second, y'all. Mark. The only book that survived this destruction. It says it's not. No, the Gospel of Mark was not only that survived destruction. What else survived then? Here is the context. Matthew and Luke were written shortly after Mark, using this gospel as a base source. Mark is the oldest book. Other religions include Jews, Apocalypse. All right, so let's look at this. Now watch this, y'all. What is the oldest verse in the book of Mark that survives the fire? The oldest surviving verses. Tell us in English. Mark 1:6, 1:16 through 18. Mark's, let's write these down. See, you can't trust AI. It's always giving you something, one thing, then it's giving you another thing, trying to throw you off. Mark 1:7. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty, y'all. We ain't no us. We ain't no when we see the truth. Right? That's why it says in the Old Testament, I will write my law on the tablets of their heart, because these people done tamper with the Bible so much, right? Mark, we accept facts when they come, right? Because he will write his law on the tablets of our heart. And even though they fragmented verses and all of that stuff, we still can use these verses in our life, right? Some of them are good. The text includes portions of John the Baptist speaking about and the baptism of Yeshua. Then wasn't we just talking about that? Wasn't we just correlating the baptism and the calling of the first disciple? These are the scriptures that were preserved, y'all. This is calling us to something 2,000 years later. The Catholic Church saying it's 2033. Hold on, let me show y'all something else. Oh, here it is right here. The Gospel Coalition. Was Mark 16, 9 to 20 part of the original gospel? If you ever read through the Gospel of Mark, you may have come across an unusual note near the end of the book. For example, between 16:8 and 16:9, some of the earliest manuscripts, NIV includes similar. Hold on, just give us the answer, man. Hold on, let's just get the answer. Mark 16:8. Oh, my fault. And I want to show y'all something else. I'm going to show y'all. This is what got me on my mission. Look at the name Elohim. It got $3 signs in a Hebrew way of saying it. $3 signs, y'all. I'm not playing here. That's why some people left, because it wasn't meant for them. This is what got me on my conquest. Well, wait a minute. This is the mark of the beast. Just like I showed y'all. Hold on, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna let y'all see with me to see I ain't doing no hocus pocus stuff. Oldest text. We need the truth. We don't want no games. The oldest and most reliable manuscript of the Gospel of Mark Codex ends abruptly at Mark 16:8. I told y'all, I don't be making stuff up, bro. This stuff is real. And it's on Wikipedia. Let's go to Wiki. It's on Wikipedia. Look. The final chapter of the Gospel of Mark in the New Testament of the Messianic Bible, the Hebrew Bible, refers to a sequel to the story of YEHOSHUA's death and burial. The chapter begins after the Sabbath has ended, with Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Solomon purchasing spices because they didn't believe. They was disbelievers. They knew that he was going to that he unalive, right? They saw his body, right, to bring to the tomb to anoint it. There they encountered a stone rolled away. The tomb and a young man. This is very important. A young man dressed in white who announces the resurrection of Yeshua. This is 16:1 through 6. The two oldest manuscripts of Mark from the 300s conclude with verse 8, which ends with the women fleeing from the empty tomb and saying nothing to anyone because they were too frightened. Right? Let's screenshot that. So we see then there is no evidence of a resurrected body according to the oldest text, which is Mark 16:8. The woman fleeing from the temple. Let's go there, y'all. I showed y'all this. This is the only. I have a Hebrew Bible. If y'all want to get it, it's called the Scriptures. But there's a lot of mistakes you got to fix up. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me just give y'all an example of what I'm talking about. Look at this. I need more light. Look, all through this, all we hear about is Elohim, right? You don't see no symbols through the whole creation. No symbols, right? None, right? No symbols. Bam! The first symbol is in chapter 2, verses 4. What is it talking about? These are the births of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day that. Remember the day the earth still, this don't do nothing. This is a symbol of something standing by itself different from this. How can these be two words? No, this is the symbol. This is their the Judas God. Y'all know who I'm talking about because I can't say it on here or they'll say I'm practicing hate. The Judas God. You notice I put it lowercase, right? Stay with me, y'all. It's a battle going on between an Elohim, right? And we just learned what? Daniel 2:47 gives us the proper name. So why is it calling it this? Because this is the Hebrew or the Jewish God, right? And the Jewish God, they don't believe that Yehoshua was who he said he was, right? They don't believe that after Yehoshua died on the cross, right? That his Ra'ut Kadesh, right? He said, I leave you to prepare a place. What did he say he leave you with? With the Ra'ut Kadesh. Anybody remember the verse where it says he was with his disciples on a boat eating fish? And they didn't notice who he was? Anybody remember that? Because Satan comes as an angel of light. And he came as an angel of light to those women when they came to the tomb. Why do I say that, brother? Because it's a law. And love, I'm going to say, is not a lawbreaker. This is the truth, y'all. Yehoshua, right? The son of, right? Died right here and y'all didn't even notice it. In Genesis chapter 4, when Cain killed Abel. That was the first death in the Bible after Elohim created all this nonsense. Look, y'all see in verse 4, you don't see Elohim's name here. Look, and Adam knew Hawa. See you, Yehoshua opened my eyes, my inner man eyes. Your sacred breath. Every time you coming out your mouth with something that's beautiful and pure and nice and friendly, that's a sacred breath. When you coming out, that's why it says life and death are in the power of your tongue. You're going to be judged for the things that you say, especially after you come into the knowledge of the way. I didn't say I'm making it to heaven, y'all. I said, I hope I am. I didn't say that the kingdom of heaven lives in me. I said, I hope it does. If not, I'll just be an empty vessel because Satan is not living in me. And that's what the fight is over. And Adam knew Hawa, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain and said, I have gained a son of Adam. You see that? Doesn't say anything. And again, she gave birth to his brother Hebel, and Hebel became a keeper of sheep, and Cain became a tiller of the ground. And it came to be in the course of time that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground. 2. And Hebel also brought of the firstborn of their fat. What did he bring? What did he bring? What did he bring? He brought what he brought. Does it say a sheep? What did it say? Hebel became a keeper of sheep. My sheep know my voice. That what Yeshua say? My sheep know my voice. Repost alive, y'all. It's still more people to save. The Ra'ut Kadesh told me to look at the numbers that's on there. We got 15 of us. We trying to get 1,000. We trying to get 1,000 on there, y'all. Come on, y'all. We represent something different. We represent something. We represent something that's sacred, right? We represent something that's pure. We getting the truth here, right? Share it, repost it. If y'all repost it live, unpost it and repost it again, please, for the sake of the kingdom and the power. But look at this. This was talking to me right here. I got to keep on my path because the door is a sin. But look, we know what happened. Cain killed Abel, right? The lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. What verse was that? All right, so here's I got ADHD, y'all, and I got to take my medicine. I didn't take it yet. This was the original script that remained. What will remain? I don't know what all that pagan stuff is. I don't know what all this pagan stuff is. See, they add paganism to their stuff. So this is it right here. That's what we have. The codex, right? The women running from the tomb, and they said they saw a man, and they were in fear, right? A liar. It was Satan. Could have been what they say out in the sky. Unidentified flying objects. Satan comes as an angel of light. As Angel, not a messenger, an angel of light. If you got a King James version, throw that shit in the trash and go get yourself a Hebrew Bible. It's $10 on Etsy. You won't be able to see the truth if you're looking in a book with all their codes in it. Satan comes as an angel of light. Does anybody know where them 10 scientists came up missing? Does anybody know? After America, what they do to Iran? What they do? What they do? I guess it's only meant for us, y'all. This message is only meant for us, the ones that's on here. The people that's not on here, it's not meant for them. Abel was the first one slain. Now let me look that up. The lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. The lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. Ooh, that incense is burning hard. YEHOSHUA is saying like, wow, it's finally somebody that's not scared. That ain't scared of their laws and scared of the codes that they wrote down. Listen, you gotta drown out the noise of other people's thoughts, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. You gotta listen to your own inner voice. It's in there somewhere, hidden. Like the movie they showed you in the movie Get Out. Remember the woman hypnotized him and he started falling? They show you. They hypnotize us on TV. When you look at a TV, you're being hypnotized. Hypnosis. That's why you can sit in front of the TV for hours and hours and not even realize it and fall asleep and have a dream about whatever you was watching. It's hypnosis. TikTok addiction. Hypnosis. Facebook addiction. Hypnosis. They mastered rap music, disgusting, evil rap music, hypnosis. A little Uzi even said it. He said, "Man, it's hypnotized. It's hypnotizing." Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. Little Uzi says that his music is hypnotizing. Little Uzi has described their artistic presence and music as a form of hypnosis, acknowledging the captivating trance-like, oh, what we got here, trance. What we got, y'all? Translation. Put you in a trance, right? Don't they got a King James translation? Translation. Lation is the serpent. Repost the live, y'all. To the brothers and sisters that's here, repost it. We gotta separate the wheat from the chaff. We got to separate the wheat from the chaff. The true believers and the one that this is resonating with, that's because they got the Ruach Kadesh in them. And they say, yo, something this man is saying is, he right. We have been blinded, man. This is a lie. They have been telling a lie. We supposed to believe a book because they told us to believe it. We free now. We ain't no slaves no more. Some of us are mentally slaves. We ain't in slavery no more. These people run from the lie because they want to worship the good ship Jesus. They want to worship the good ship Jesus, right? Ain't that what they got us worshiping? The good ship Jesus, right? We want to worship the good ship Jesus. And let's get back to this. Cain was the one slain from the foundation of the earth. Let me screenshot this so I'll have it next time. Now it's Revelations 13:8. Cain slew his brother, and then you know what happened after that. So this is the real. This is the real YEHOSHUA talking here. Because see, Elohim is not by it. Anytime you see Elohim, I'm gonna show you the Carfax. Let's go to Exodus 4:4. And then we're gonna end this because I got other stuff to do, y'all. And maybe I'll come back on here tonight. But this is gonna be on YouTube for anybody that wanna see it. If it be the will of. Well, let me check on this incense because it seems like it's burning pretty heavy. No, that's fine. It's smoking so fiery. It's smoking so fiery. It's smoking so fiery because I feel like you know all humility. I know I serve an awesome love. I know I serve an awesome love. Now let me show y'all here the Carfax. We're gonna go into this and then we're gonna end it, and y'all can do the homework. Go to Exodus 4:4. This is another very important verse. Then I'm going to go over the verses that we went over. Let's start here. We're going to start at verses 24 of 23. This is how I'm going to show y'all that Elohim is the serpent. And Elohim heard their groaning. And Elohim remembered his covenant with Abraham and Yitzchak and Jacob. And Elohim looked on the children of Israel. And Elohim knew. And it has an exclamation point. And Elohim knew what? And Elohim knew. Right? He knew what? He didn't know nothing. That's why he didn't know that the serpent was going to betray him. And he didn't know Adam and Eve was going to choose the serpent over him, right? Over him, because he thought he was him. But the problem with that is Adam and Eve chose the serpent not only over him, they chose it over the true and living. They chose it over love. They chose it over YEHOSHUA, right? Over everything. They risked it all, right? We are not burdened by what Adam and Eve do. We're burdened when we bite the apple every day. Don't bite the apple, y'all. Who am I talking to? Don't bite the apple. It's that simple. As you go through your day, walking the way, trying to walk the way, chasing the way. I want to change my name to that. Chasing the way. Don't bite the apple. I'm going to change my name to Chasing the Way. So what we got here? And now, okay, and Elohim knew with an exclamation point. He knew what? And Moshe was shepherding. This is a reminder. Anytime you see shepherding, it's a reminder of YEHOSHUA. The flock of, it's only one priest, and that's Melchizedek. Of the high priest, Melchizedek, right? But literally, in literal form, he was for his father-in-law, right? Who's his father-in-law? Anybody that's related to YEHOSHUA for what he did on the cross. Why is there a birth to set? Where is there? Let me show y'all. Because they hit it right in plain sight. Let me show y'all something. Anyone that says that Jesus came in the flesh is of God, Bible verse. 1 John 4:2. Stating that anyone who confesses Yeshua, he don't have no title. His name is just YEHOSHUA, right? No title. No, none of that. He don't need none of that. He don't need nobody telling him what he is. His name was enough. YEHOSHUA. Bar El. Son, that means Bar, a son of Bar Orka. He's just like us. He was the son of the way, Bar Orka. He wouldn't tell us to do something he wasn't doing. YEHOSHUA, Bar Orka. I love you so much, YEHOSHUA. I love you so much. Yeshu, Bar Orka. But was thought to be the son of Joseph. But we know that he had the Ruach Kadesh. So he was whose father? He was whose son? He was, because he had the Ruach Kadesh, he was the son of what? Bar Orka. The way. That's the most important verse in the Bible, y'all. John 14:6. Good thing that verse didn't get ruined, or we'd be in trouble. We'd have to be following the Christians and what they want us to believe, right? If we didn't have the way. It's a beautiful thing to have the way. Yohanan 14:6. We got to start confusing them, y'all, because it's in a parable he didn't speak. It's not for everybody to know. The ones that heard what I said, I'm not going to repeat it again. And the ones that didn't hear it, well, we'll talk. You can see the video on YouTube if you're really that interested. At Lust. I'm gonna post it as soon as I get off here. It's gonna take a minute. I just ordered some internet so we could do these lives because it ain't about me. I don't care about me. Let me die daily. And when I die, I want to fight Satan. But the battle's already won. When YEHOSHUA said it was finished on the cross, it was finished, and he died. There wasn't no rising up after the death. You telling me he gave his life and he took it back? That's why the last remaining verse that they could find. Oh, I wanted to show y'all something. My fault. I got 88. I keep forgetting to take my medication, y'all. Give me a second. Y'all sit with these verses right here. So y'all can write those down if y'all want them. YEHOSHUA told me, put the incense out. He burnt out with the incense. He said he burnt out with the incense. He burnt out with these stiff-necked people that when the truth comes to them, they still don't take it. Right? They still don't accept it. They reject the truth. and make the truth to be a lie. And anybody that says that my inner man, that I'm wrong, oh, you just blasphemed the Ruach Kadesh. Because either I'm chasing away, or I'm not chasing away. But when you blaspheme the inner man that love created, when I'm coming out my mouth, correcting and showing y'all that it's lies in the Bible, because you want to believe, because they said it, then you blaspheme the Ruach Kadesh, not me. Just like they did with YEHOSHUA when he was alive. Give me a second. Taking my medication. So I can be on point. Somebody come up and pray over the live. Anybody want to come up? Everybody don't raise their hand at the same time. Anybody want to come up? Send me a request. Send a request. Such a beautiful thing. Thank y'all, brothers and sisters, for reposting the live. And we did what we could. We tried. I'm going to share one more time. I want y'all to do it too, because we ain't forcing nobody to do nothing, but we got to give them a chance to get in the slave ship. With Noah was, Noah, like Noah, right? Like a slave ship, right? But Noah's ship wasn't a slave ship. We were under the slave ship, like animals, right? That wasn't talking about us. Noah, right? And got into an ark, right? We got to look and see if that's coming from the Elohim, the fake God, or if it's coming from this. When you see this by itself and no messenger with it, look what it say. And she said to him, "My father, if you have given your word, the word is, who's the word? Who is the word, y'all? And the word became flesh. Who's the word? YEHOSHUA. Now, we don't see no Elohim around here. If we see Elohim, then we know it's a lie. YEHOSHUA. So I found a verse where it's talking about the truth. I'm going to circle it. Every verse that's talking about the truth, and I'll put a star by it, right? My father, my Abba, if you have given your word, if you have given, the word became flesh. 2. It's telling me to do, hold on, y'all. It's telling me to do a thing here. Give me it. 2, love. Do to me according to what has gone out of your mouth, because love has taken vengeance for you upon your enemies, the children of Ammon. Let's look at see who the children of Ammon is. Screenshot this. Anybody want to screenshot that? You can screenshot it. Anyone who confesses that Yeshua came in the flesh, because they know they lying about the resurrection. It don't say anybody who knows that he came in flesh and says that he was crucified. Let's go to 1 John 4:2. First, I want to show y'all this. I love the Bible. I love it because I study it and I learn the truth. And the messenger of, this is it the truth or this is the truth. And the messenger, I can know because my inner man will tell me. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Messenger of what type of messenger do YEHOSHUA need? He's YEHOSHUA all by himself. So YEHOSHUA said to him, "Why do you ask my name? Since it is wondrous." Not no messenger. See, this is what the Judas want us to believe, right? So they don't give credit to YEHOSHUA. They know this is talking about YEHOSHUA. They know Melchizedek is talking about YEHOSHUA. No partner, no genealogy, no friends, no mother, no father. But wait a minute. So who you talking about is YEHOSHUA? He was the son of the way, right? Then they kept saying called him son of Adam. Man is a pagan word. He was the second Adam. They kept saying son of Adam. Why would they call him son of Adam if Joseph wasn't his father, y'all? Let's get into these last verses and then we done. All right, where we at? And listen, and if I'm wrong, I'll take the blame for this when we standing in front of the master. I'll take the blame because I know will not accept no lie. My inner being will not allow me to accept no lie once the truth has been revealed. Where we going? Where we going with this, master? For any of y'all don't know about this verse here, this is the most reliable book up to 16 verses 8, right? Is the most reliable verses. Anything after 16:8 is something they added, right, to it. Is this chapter 16 verses 8? Let's see what it says. And when the Sabbath was passed, right? Look, it was gone, right? They got y'all believing in Good Friday, right? When it says in Mark 15:42, and when the evening had come, because it was the preparation, that is the day before the Sabbath, it's in all of our Bibles. That would have been Thursday, y'all, Thursday, or the 5th day of the week, according to the Bible. The 5th day of the week. 5th day. Once again, I'm gonna go live again, y'all. But my next live, I got to be a little bit quieter because I have neighbors that have jobs, and you know my walls are shallow, and I don't know what they can hear and what they can't hear. So I try to be respectful, you know, just in case they can hear me, because that's the second law: is our walls are real shallow. Marcos, we got to start giving it. Y'all got to get a Hebrew Bible. Well, y'all don't have to. I can't tell y'all what to do, but I suggest. It's a suggestion. Wait, is this 14 or 15? Yeah, 15. It was the 5th day, not Good Friday, y'all. There's another lie. So let's see what it ends at, y'all. Let's get to the bottom of this. Why isn't, see, if this was true, it would give us a reference. Anything that's true in this will give us a reference to the Old Testament. There's no references, y'all. Look. Where's our references? Where's our reference points? In Hebrew, Eli, Lama, Azabtani. Let's write that down. Screenshot that, y'all. This is what he was saying on the cross. Why wasn't he just saying El? Because he was calling on somebody. That's what the I was for. Eli. Listen, y'all, they got this Bible so messed up. In one of the translations, they got him saying Eloi. That's French. Eloi, which is a Romance language. I've done my homework, y'all. Romance language of Latin. Satan's tongue. Satan, Latin and Greek is Satan's tongue. That's why the Roman Catholic Church, they got hoods, the same type of hoods. Where you think they got that from? Them people. Y'all know the K's, right? The K people. Where you think they got their robes from? Where you think hit them up, right? Hit man, right? Where you think he got his cross from? Where you think he got that from? The Roman Catholic Church. So let's read this, and then I want to take y'all one more place. Let's just look at the last verse. It says, and having entered the tomb, they saw a young man sitting on the right, wearing a white robe, and they were greatly astonished. Now, I don't understand this. Hold on. And he said to them, do not be much astonished. You seek, they even profane it. They even profaning the name. See, this is how you know it's a lie. Why would they call on the immortal and still say of Nazareth, right? Why would they call on the immortal and still have of Nazareth? This is a placeholder, right? For their lie. Who was impaled? See, who was impaled. He was raised. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. And go say to his taught ones and Kepha that he is going before you into Galilee. You shall see him there as he said to you. And look, this is the last verse that was preserved, y'all. And they went out and fled from the tomb and were trembling and bewildered, and they spoke to no one, for they were afraid. They spoke to no one. So this right here. What does Satan come, y'all? As an angel of light. Let me show y'all something. If any of y'all that don't know, the Roman Catholic Church has Peter's body. Saint Peter. I met a Freemason, and I don't know if this is true or not. He said for $6,000, you can go to the house of Omar and see the body of YEHOSHUA, like one of those King Tut mummies or something. Remember, he was in Egypt too for 30 years we don't know about, right? Give me a second. The remains of St. Peter are believed to be located in the Vatican Acropolis deep beneath the high altar of St. Basilica, right? The tomb. No. This is the tomb of St. Peter with all this gold and stuff around it, right? Even though that stands against everything they stood for. So if they got that for Peter, where's Yehoshua's body? Hold on, y'all. This is what a Mason told me, so I'm gonna look it up. He was a mystical Mason. I ain't believe everything he said because you gotta. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. Everything that I'm saying feels 100% correct to me. It feels right. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. So some stuff don't sit well with me, like this man at this tomb, right? While there is no direct historical biblical record of Jesus' body having a $6,000 price tag, the figure of $6,000 often appears in modern discussions or fun facts regarding the approximate value of the 30 pieces received by Judas Iscariot for betraying him. The burial spices. The tomb was buried, a new tomb provided. The beast Jesus. Restoration. In 2016, a viral story involved a vandalized baby Jesus statue in Canada where a temporary and widely mocked clay replacement head was created. While not specifically 6,000, it is well known story that the value of restoration of a physical representation of a Jesus body. Hold on, it's not what I'm looking for. House of Omar. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to find it because I looked at it with my own eyes before. House of Omar. 6K2C. Give me 1 second. Body. See, Google don't want to look it up no more. It don't want to give me what they got here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. See, now it's changing. I don't know. This is based on the reach. There is no credible evidence, news reports, or story written that a $6,000 fee exists to see the body of. I'm still screenshotting this. The tomb is empty according to Messianic tradition, right? Scientists were granted exclusive access to open and study the limestone shelf where Yeshua's body is believed to have laid. But this was a scientific authorized investigation, not a paid attraction. TikTok rumors. Searching Yeshua's body, House of Omar on TikTok, brings up results, but these appear to be related to the social media content rather than credible. So other people are talking about this too. I'm not the only one. So where is the body? Right? Where is this body? I don't know, brothers. I can only tell y'all what I know, or what I've studied, right? The best of knowers, love, right, will reveal that as time goes on, y'all. But I tell you this for a fact, ain't nobody coming back from a physical death. That means if he came back from the death, that means he gave his life and then he took it back. An Indian giver. That's why he told his disciples, he said, do this in remembrance of me. He said, I go prepare a place, but I leave you with the Ruach Kadesh. The same thing that abandoned him when he was on the cross, because he had to suffer the penalty for our sins. He was in pain. He was literally a man. Joseph was his father. Mary was his mother. There's no way he would have been related to King David if he wasn't related to Joseph physically. He had to be related to King David in order to banish the curse. But he banished the curse first. He did it twice for us. First, he did it through Abel, right? I don't know why Elohim did it twice, but he did it first through Abel, the lamb slain from the foundation of the earth. Then he did it again to give us a demonstration of what he did. So wait a minute, brother. If that was the first coming, then there was a second coming. Why do they always do everything in threes? It's a third coming. I love y'all for the sake of Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with saying HaMashiach, right? But why do we have to put titles on him? It's YEHOSHUA, no partner. His name, they called him a Melchizedek. No friends, no buddies, no messengers. All by himself, he is Yehoshua. No parents. He's the one who Yeshua was calling on the cross. He was calling on a Hebrew, right? Let's look it up. Jesus in Hebrew. Let's look it up, y'all. Jesus. This ain't me, y'all. He said, I will write my tablets on their heart, and I will give you what to say when you get there. Jesus in Hebrew. I'm gonna show y'all right here, and I'm gonna let y'all go. And this is gonna be on my thing here for y'all that want to see it, because the ones that's on here are truth seekers. YEHOSHUA. This is the full earlier biblical form of the name. And it combines the shortened form of Yeho with the root for Shua, meaning Elohim, not this, because think about how many religions come out of that. We got to get the truth, y'all. Daniel. See, they still try to, y'all got to watch where y'all get y'all sources, y'all. Daniel, we like babies. 247. I dare one of y'all tomorrow, if you ain't got to go to work, get a trash bag, get some gloves, and just go start going around your neighborhood, just around the perimeter, and cleaning up trash. I love y'all.